Hello, Jump for Joy Network. This is Dr. Ez, Stephen Ezra West, nicknamed Dr. Ez. And you know what I love about the logo of CRE MORE, the A, actually the logo for the A looks like my name. If you just turn it, the EZ for Ez. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. I played around with that. My EZ in different logos, but I love the logo for the CRE MORE brand. Perfect. So I've been asked to produce about a 5-minute video for you here. And I know your group with the Jump for Joy Network is really developed as far as especially with the type of things that you do for exercising, which my father would say, don't just exercise, lymphasize. But the type of things that you would normally see done in a gym, modifying that to do it on a mini trampoline for fitness, high performance. And that is where I've been watching your group, and you really excel in that area. One thing I must say is it also activates lymphatics dynamically. Not everybody's conditioned to just get on the mini trampoline and go into the high performance like a lot of you have. And I've been raised on the mini trampoline, so it's easy for us that have a lot of experience on it. It sort of just builds the body up all on its own. But one of the things that I must say is, especially during this period, there's a lot of elderly that need help right now. And a lot of them are already loaded with toxins. Those are the ones that are ending up in trouble with the big threat of the 5G and coronavirus, okay? Not all the cards are in yet to know exactly what it is. So it's a very fluid subject right now, but there's definitely a lot of fear happening. And one thing I can tell you is it's just as important, if not more important, what you're thinking than what you're even doing. The physical activity of jumping around or bouncing, yes, it activates lymph flow. The bottom of the bounce, a one-way check bounce, close and open with the bottom and the top of each bounce. And those lymph vessels, we have more of them than we do blood vessels, more lymph than blood. I can tell you that one of the greatest physiologists on the planet was on the physiology boards, recognized internationally, a guy who published in the American Heart Association journal, who was on my father's advisory board to the day he died. But after he published so much, he was getting more and more attention. They decided to quiet everything down, in my opinion. That was when the International Society of Lymphology was born, and in the fine print, they made it so it technically was not a pure medical society. So technically, they cannot publish any of the research they're involved with anymore. That's when Merson's research came to a halt as far as what he was able to publish, even though he was one of the main ones, if not the main one. So anyway, my father was also a world-renowned physiologist, advanced form of immunologist. The version of lymphology that he pursued in developing was really an advanced form of immunology. And our main goals were big killer diseases, not just inflammation, which was what all the other so-called lymphology was about. All the other lymphologists, that's what they were targeting, is just inflammation. We know that's the disease environment. And in fact, in the category of inflammation, every itis means inflammation. The word tumor comes from its Latin tumere, which means to swell. It's the disease environment, right? So anytime we're pulling that out, which we do with the lymphatic vessel activation physically, but if you're not utilizing another segment, is the energy. And when you get into energy, it's what magnifies thought wave on the mini trampoline. Your body's moving around the magnetic fields that go around the earth from north to south. And if you turn an armature in a magnetic field, it converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. Now, my father, that was a theory that he saw, first time he saw a mini trampoline, a theory went through his mind, it was this armature effect. And he found out it worked as magnifying thought wave. I don't have time to get into all the details of it. I'm going to wrap things up here real quick. I just want to say that it's more important what you're thinking, at least as important. In my opinion, it's more important what you're thinking when you're on the mini trampoline, how to use that, than what you're actually doing. Tony Robbins learned this principle from my father about magnifying thought wave and other health benefits from my father. And still today, he doesn't get up on stage until after he gets on a mini trampoline to get focused. Yogi Bhajan is the one who popularized Kundalini in the United States. Still today, he's known as probably the father of the Kundalini for the United States, even though he's not the first person who brought it here, but he's definitely the one who popularized it. He's famous for that. He ended up doing all his meditating on a mini trampoline when he found out how powerful it was to magnify thought wave. That's right. Famous Yogi Bhajan, meditating on the mini trampoline. Well, how many Aboriginal cultures have bounced up and down while they're praying? Whatever positive affirmations that they had come up with. Well, there have been a lot. So it's been around for thousands of years. So my father helped bring it to modern science, and it's been around for thousands of years. Things are usually discovered intuitively before they're proven scientifically, right? And that's according to Einstein, even. He said the intuitive mind is a sacred gift, rational mind, a faithful servant. And we've created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. Anyway, what I'm coming to is to bring people into this time is it's time for them to get out of their fear. And 5G, I think, and coronavirus, wherever it really is, it's testing people by bringing up their worst fears. If they're the type of individual that is willing to entertain fear, it's blowing it up in their mind. You know, it's almost important to tell you also about the number one cause of death in war. Has always been shock. And scientifically, that is hypoalbuminemia. It means low albumin in the blood, which is the lymph fluid. 70% of the blood protein in the blood is albumin, and it leaves every 24 hours, if not for the constant retrieval by the one-way circulatory vessels, the lymphatic vessels. We'd all bleed to death internally in a matter of hours. And it is one of the main markers. They're saying people are dying of shock. They're also saying other things are happening. But I know that when we do what we can to turn the life processes on, there's a lot more that I would like to share with you. When we turn on our life processes, the healthier we are, the more we don't have to worry about the big scares, whatever else is going to come down the pipe next. And in my opinion, this is like a big sounding trump in what it's doing. And what we're having to do is go more spiritual, go more into the intuitive side of ourselves. And that's an area where I excel. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to travel and share more in person. I also have a membership area at the ZeroDisease.com website. There's several different programs, and one of the things I decided is just not to, I do my best not to turn anybody away, so there's also a help button if anybody needs help with that. There's, if people really want something, if they really want to make a difference, when it comes down to it, they'll find a way to do it. You know, that's what I have discovered. And, you know, whatever you persist in doing becomes easier. So I've been on the empowerment side of things, even showing how to create world peace with the principles of how all the life, every aspect of our life, all the principles of life, they all tie into the life process of ourselves, every one of them. So we're becoming more integrated. Again, I believe that you've done a great job with what's happened physically, but now it's time to take it up a notch and show you more of the metaphysical side of things. So I am really, it's an honor. Thank you, Cristiano, for asking me to make this video. And this is just from the hip. There's a lot more I'd like to say, but I've had it as a goal, and I know now it's basically my time for helping share a lot of things. I was helping zero convert AIDS patients right in the middle of the big 90s, mid-90s AIDS scare, like 1993. That's when I started doing that. And when top medical minds said impossible, right? So anyway, that's enough for this video. I've already gone over time. So hopefully I'll be able to travel again to Italy. Love to be there. I am planning on being in Europe very soon. A lot of people are scared to fly, and if you are prepared, you shall not fear, right? You guys have a healthy life, and hopefully we'll see you soon.